doesn't have anything without Netflix. Really, what does she have? I mean, Hollywood doesn't want anything to do with her. I mean, like these professionals talking about her marketing, her brand, she's destroyed it. She has nothing to recover from. I mean, it's really the end of the road for her. How is she going to make this successful? She can't. She blew it. Okay, that's the reality. She blew it. Now what? I mean, I think she would have been better off just getting a regular acting gig, just trying to do some. I mean, Suits, I think, wanted her, the reboot, LA, Suits LA wanted her.
So, though I'm working more so with the other building of Netflix, it's still the same group of people. It's still the same points of contact that I can reach out to. I love having a friendship and a nice rapport with Bella. Bella Bajaria has been such a champion of both the series and of this brand.
Paramount just shut the very last open door in Harry and Meghan's big Hollywood dream, and now they've got nowhere else to go.
They wanted her. I think she was just too big, for these people.
Remember when Harry and Meghan suddenly stopped talking to the royal family and walked into Hollywood like they were going to be the next big stars? Yeah, that fancy dream has totally crashed now. What began as a bold royal escape that got attention all over the world has now become a giant mess in the media. And guess what? Even Hollywood doesn't want to answer their calls anymore.
That's the person I want to see pay the price, because Meghan has done a lot of damage to not just her husband, the royal family, but even those in her own family.
These two didn't just walk away from Buckingham Palace. They completely destroyed the connection and thought Netflix would welcome them like royalty. And for a little while, everyone was watching. They had the big Oprah interview, podcast deals, and shiny documentaries. People felt sorry for them, they were everywhere, and it seemed like they could do anything they wanted. But somewhere between the dramatic stories they told and the fancy, polished videos they made, the special feeling disappeared.
A lot of damage. She needs to be the one going flipping burgers and doing whatever, because she will never get a real Hollywood.
Now, instead of big companies chasing after them, they're just being quietly left on read. Actually, forget quietly. People are flat out ignoring them now. Paramount, which was supposed to be their big last chance, just shut the door on their faces. And the quiet that came after was super loud. There's no excitement, no new plan, just the cold truth about a brand that talked big but didn't really deliver.
Once had the possibility to get in the beginning, this is the end for Meghan Markle, right? So, yeah, as ever, is done. Like, who thinks that's going to go?
Oh, Netflix, the one that ditched them loud and messy. This wasn't just a simple breakup. It was a big, dramatic Hollywood dump with no heads up, no goodbye talk, and zero embarrassment. Harry and Meghan thought they had scored a golden ticket with that crazy $100 million deal. But what they hoped would be a powerful new image turned into something that looked more like a slow-motion YouTube vlog with a royal filter.
It's not like she didn't make a huge deal of this, and this is why Meghan is so stupid, okay? Because the writing has been on the wall, P. Dinah, for years. I mean, look, I revealed that in June 2023. So
Let's talk proof. The documentary series showed up, got emotional, and then totally fell apart. At first, people got excited about the royal gossip and tearful moments, but that excitement faded super fast. There was no follow-up, no fresh twist, no big wow moment, just the same old stories, intense music, and Meghan doing interviews with dim, dramatic lighting. Critics weren't impressed. Viewers didn't seem to care. And even Netflix looked like it had lost interest.
she took Ted Sarandos and his mixed-race wife to the Beyonce concert. That friendship seemed...
Let's go back to the first big wake-up call. Spotify. Way before Netflix quietly walked away, Spotify made it super clear they weren't happy. And wow, it got messy. Meghan's podcast Archetypes was talked about like it was going to be the next Oprah moment. It was an exclusive deal, big money, and major hype. But when it finally came time to actually record and release it, there was mostly silence and a bunch of people complaining.
Up the relationship with Netflix so much and bigging up the fact that really without Netflix there would be no As Ever. And just in case you've missed that, Here
Listeners were hoping for bold opinions, powerful interviews, and real, honest moments. But what they got instead? A bunch of tired catchphrases dressed up like girl power, super edited chats, and Meghan talking way more than the people she invited on. Critics didn't hold back. They tore it apart. Fans stopped listening. Even the Spotify bosses who first couldn't stop bragging about the deal suddenly went silent. Until they didn't.
From about to onboard a CEO and a small team to having Netflix as my partner.
And when they finally did speak up, it was rough. Spotify came out and straight up said what everyone was already thinking. The podcast didn't live up to the hype. The audience wasn't big enough. And get this, they said there were efficiency issues, which basically means Meghan and Harry didn't put in the effort. Yikes. One Spotify boss even took a direct jab, calling them lazy in an interview, like L-A-Z-Y, spelled out loud for everyone to hear.
It could maybe be at a farmer's market. I thought that would be cute.
I'm going to do global Netflix.
So suddenly it changed quite a bit. And then the offerings, of course, will expand to meet that same demand.
That kind of embarrassment doesn't just go away. But instead of taking the hint and stepping back, Harry and Meghan acted like everything was totally fine. Meghan tried to smooth things over with fuzzy comments about trying out new directions, while Harry stayed silent, probably busy searching online for ways to bounce back from a public image mess.
And she kept on going on about it.
Is that we've been in partnership with Netflix.
Oh, Archewell. It had the fancy name, the big dreams, and the slick-looking logos. On the surface, it looked full of passion and big plans. But behind the curtain, total mess, girl. It was less like a strong, organized company and more like a school project where no one's in charge. Now people who worked there are starting to quietly say what Hollywood had been thinking the whole time. Archewell was never really set up to survive.
Familiarity and there's comfort. And while that was just on the content side, not on the commerce side, these are relationships and friendships now.
Even worse, no one could figure out what Archewell was really supposed to be. Was it a place to make shows, a charity center, a podcast factory, or just an Instagram vibe? Not even the people working there seemed sure. Meghan was said to be controlling every tiny detail, even picking out fonts, while Harry mostly walked around in the background looking super stressed out.
More so with the other building of Netflix, it's still the same group of people. It's still the same points of contact that I can reach out to. I love having a friendship and a nice rapport with Bella. Bella Bajaria has been such a champion of both the series and of this.
Behind those red carpet smiles and all those "we're so proud of our work" interviews was a brand falling apart, barely held together with hope and guesswork. Big company execs started ignoring their ideas. Hollywood looked behind the curtain and didn't like what they saw. Meghan was out here sending fruit baskets and homemade jam, trying to say, this is a whole vibe, this could be a show, this is good stuff. And she seemed to think that because she was already famous, it made everything easier. But by the time Harry and Meghan showed up at Paramount, let's be real, they were out of chances and out of sparkle. Netflix had already pushed them aside. Spotify embarrassed them big time. Archewell was a complete mess. So Paramount? That was their final shot, the last big studio willing to even sit down with them. But that meeting went cold fast. If they were hoping to get investors or partners, that's a huge commitment to take on. Meghan showed up with a fancy pitch, think cozy, peaceful lifestyle stuff. No drama, lots of candles and soft voices. Basically, she was trying to be like Gwyneth Paltrow, but with a little royal sparkle on top. Her idea was to turn into a mix of Martha Stewart and Princess Diana. Cute idea, but the studio heads didn't fall for it. Some things were adjusted a little because they already had a shortcut, but let's be honest. Paramount only took the meeting, smiled politely, and hit them with the Hollywood version of Bless Your Heart. It was clean, cold, and zero drama. No kind words, no promises to stay in touch, not even a follow-up. Nothing. They weren't going to risk millions on two media personalities who didn't have much to show for all the talk. And if you're working with a big company like Netflix, you need more than just your name. You need results. And it turns out there were none. This wasn't just a simple no. This was a total shutdown. Paramount didn't even care enough to offer something smaller. That's not just rejection. It's like saying, we don't even want to think about this again. And they're still calling themselves a startup? Yeah, okay. No one's partnering up with that. It's painful to even watch. Seriously, it makes you cringe. P. Dina said it best. It's just awful. And here's the truth that nobody tells you when you're chasing fame. Sometimes the end of a brand doesn't come with fireworks. Sometimes it just fades out quietly. And that's what's happening to Meghan and Harry right now. No big statements, no nice send-offs, no media team trying to fix things. Just silence that echoes. Total silence. Delusion. So much delusion. Meghan, girl, wake up. Snap out of it. Netflix didn't even say goodbye. Spotify dropped them with one weird message and disappeared. Paramount couldn't even pretend to care. They're not being pushed out. They're being totally ignored. And in Hollywood, being ignored, that's the worst thing that can happen. Absolutely not. See, scandals can be cleaned up. Even bad shows can be turned around with good PR. But silence? That's deadly. In Hollywood, silence means one thing. You don't matter anymore. Meghan and Harry, who used to be the loudest voices in every room, are now sitting in the dark while the spotlight fades. And no one's stepping up to stop it. No reporters coming to defend them. No famous friends showing support. Not even industry insiders trying to protect their image. And honestly, it's not surprising. With everything that's come out, how Meghan treated her staff, how they left the royal family, it's clear that for two people who used to control their story like pros, this silence must feel like their worst nightmare. There's no official statement they can make to fix it. No documentary left to explain it all. No version of the truth to twist into a comeback. Just quiet. And it's loud. There are so many things stacking up behind Meghan that explain why people just don't like her anymore. Even if she did want to fix it, she has nothing solid to stand on. That's how you know this is going nowhere. So all the meetings and brand talk in the world don't mean anything when you've lost the trust and the interest of the people. And now comes the Meghan Markle rebrand Take 3. Harry's fading into the background like the sidekick who forgot his line, and Meghan's going full solo. Word on the street is she's quietly trying to bring back her old life, the pre-royal influencer vibes of her old blog, The Tig. But sweetie, that moment passed years ago, back when avocado toast was still new and exciting. And now, that style doesn't land. Why? Because people don't want to support someone they don't connect with. It's not just that she's not offering anything new, it's that people don't even want to hear from her anymore. And that hurts. But here's the biggest problem. Meghan's timing is way off. The audience she used to attract has moved on. Today's viewers love messy, real people. TikTok chaos, unscripted lives, honest mistakes. Meghan's perfectly polished, over-controlled image feels old and fake. We're living in a time where realness matters, and Meghan's brand feels more like a plastic smile than something authentic. Even worse, everyone can feel the desperation. This new shift doesn't look like something she's passionate about. It looks like she's just trying to survive. People can sense when you're not being real. And right now, Meghan isn't stepping into a fresh new era. She's just doing whatever she can to hang on. So no, she can't just pop up and say, "Here's my brand again," because people don't forget. They remember what she's done, how she acted, and how this all started. Meghan might think she's becoming a calm, collected lifestyle queen, but the internet sees right through it. Every post looks like it was approved by 5 people. Every smile feels like part of a PR campaign. Instead of inspiring people, it's draining. When someone's selling you something, it only works if you trust and like them. And right now, people don't like the person selling. You can only rebrand so many times before people stop caring. And that's what's happening. Meghan isn't starting a movement. She's going in circles, trying to make it look like she's in control, when really she's just trying not to disappear. And honestly, she brought this on herself. She never planned to stay in the royal family. She used it as a launch pad to build a brand. This was the plan all along. There's no pretending otherwise. Let's call it what it is. Prince Harry is completely lost. Outside the palace walls and away from the royal spotlight, he's just there. A man with no clear purpose. Hollywood sees it. Meghan might be floundering with her lifestyle makeover, but at least she's trying something. Harry? He's fading out like he never really left the castle. From the beginning, Meghan knew what she was doing. This was all part of the plan. She saw the royal title as a tool, not a commitment. And Harry? Well, his entire new life has basically been built around two things: complaining about his family and Invictus. That was supposed to be Harry's big thing. But now that the royal family drama is getting old and Invictus barely makes the news anymore, what else is left? There's that ghost-written memoir Spare, which gave him one viral moment, then quickly disappeared. A mental health docuseries that no one really remembers. And now he's stuck with this awkward image, the moody former royal who just looks lost. People even watched a lip reader break down what Meghan was whispering to Harry at one of those royal events. And it didn't exactly help. Meghan's still spinning her brand, but Harry? He's standing still. Without the royal drama, there's nothing new. No excitement, no story to follow. He's not leading anything, not creating anything, not changing anything. He's just the ex-prince who gave up the royal life for, well, boredom. And the thing is, people could tell Meghan had planned her royal exit from the start. That hurt her image too. And yeah, P. Dean is right. This just isn't going to work. There was a time when slapping Harry and Meghan on anything guaranteed headlines. Book deals, documentaries, podcasts, product launches, you name it. They were Hollywood golden ticket. But now, the shine's gone. And Hollywood's over it. Not just uninterested, actually turned off. They're seen as risky and tiring. Two examples. First, Seth MacFarlane's Family Guy took a sharp jab at them. That's not a good sign. And second, they've lost trust.
People aren't seeing bold new thinkers anymore. They're seeing two people chasing attention. The docuseries felt like a drawn-out sob story. The podcast? Total fluff. Their public appearances? Like over-rehearsed school plays. Stiff, fake, and waiting for claps that never come. Over the weekend, it became even clearer. None of this is working. Trying to pitch themselves again? It's a terrible idea. It's not bold, it's not brave, it's just sad. Paramount wasn't just another meeting. It was their final chance. And now that door isn't just closed, it's slammed, locked, and someone threw the key into the ocean. There are no backup plans left. No billion-dollar dreams floating around. No red carpet waiting to welcome them back. Meghan and Harry are standing right at the edge of the Hollywood cliff, and this time, no one's there to catch them. Think about it. We've heard people joke that Harry marrying Meghan Markle was one of the worst ideas ever, up there with some of the darkest moments in history. That's how far things have fallen. And now they're stuck. What do they even do next? Keep setting out desperate pitches to networks that won't even reply? Disappear for a year and act like they're recalibrating? Or, craziest idea of all, go crawling back to the royal family they blew up? The couple that once tried to rule Hollywood like royalty can't even get a call back now. And in this town, when the buzz dies, the career dies with it.